So for anyone here who wants to communicate, what we're going to do is with these rods that I have in my hands, if you make them cross or open, we can communicate and you can give us answers to questions. If you understand that, can you make the rods open? Just 2 months cross.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Can you make the rods go straight again?
Good morning. This is Meg and Joe, and we are in Indiana, Newcastle, Indiana, at the Flatrock Cemetery, and we're going to make a couple of videos, or a few videos. First one we're going to use some dowsing rods. Then we're probably going to do a little bit of burst EVPs in another video, and then an SS Method S-Box session in a last video from this. It's just a small cemetery on the side of the road. So if you want to get set up with your dowsing rods, so this is Megan and Johanna. We were wondering if there's anyone here who might want to communicate. You would be able to use those dowsing rods if you want to kind of point us in a direction. If not, we'll just stop by one of these interesting looking gravestones. So Meg's going to very carefully walk out. She's got to be careful to keep those rods straight so that she doesn't interfere with them. While she's kind of walking around a little bit, look at some of these. There is one newer one, so I'm going to go over to that. This is Flatrock Cemetery. It's called that because of the Flatrock Creek or river right by us. Oh. So it's a newer one because they've recently constructed it, but how awesome. Jacob Brown, Continental Line, Revolutionary War. Born January 14, 1755. Died June 9, 1831. North Carolina, husband of Mary Armsfield. Next to it is Mary Brown, so that's most likely his wife, 1759 to 1827. And the Revolutionary War plaque right there, so that's pretty cool. I heard Megan talking. We are very close to the road, so you will hear traffic. Alright, so Megan got some dowsing rod action.
Can you make the rods go straight? Can you make the rods point straight again, please? If this is where you wanted me to stop, can you make the rods cross? If this is where you wanted me to stop, can you make the rods cross again, or can you point to where you want me to walk? I feel like it's trying to cross.
Yeah, I feel like it's trying to cross.
I did ask this before, so this is the second time.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to stop at this spot right here. I'm going to come around here and see if we can read this. Some of these you can see are falling down. That's pretty cool looking over there. I definitely cannot read this. Alright.
So for anyone here who wants to communicate, what we're going to do is with these rods that I have in my hands, if you make them cross or open, we can communicate and you can give us answers to questions. If you understand that, can you make the rods open? Just 2 months cross.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Can you make the rods go straight again? Are you able to please make the rods point straight again? definitely open.
They're,
If there's anyone here, can you make the rods point straight again so that we can communicate?
alright, you might have to reset. We can do that in between each question if you need us to.
Right, when I pick up the rods, just let them stay straight, please.
Okay, the person that we're communicating with, if you're male, could you cross the rods, and if you're female, could you open the rods?
Remember, if there's someone here that would like to communicate, is there someone here who would like to communicate? If there is, can you make the rods cross?
It's like I don't want to communicate. I just wanted you to stop here.
You here. I don't want to talk. If you do not want to talk, can you make the rods open, please? It's too early in the morning. Whoever stopped me at this spot, are these headstones one of yours? Or if you would like us to go somewhere else, can you make the dowsing rods point in that direction? And so that was the direction I was walking in, but then it crossed here. Right. It might just...
Maybe it still wanted you to walk that way, and it just turned one too much?
Yeah. We are in the wrong spot.
So it may have crossed, though, because if you look at the line and where you were approaching...
Yeah, there just might be
there might be a grave there. That might be why it crossed.
Can you point in the direction that you want us to come or walk?
This one says mother. That's all I can read on it.
It's also bad that it's falling over. Just whenever we get to where you want me to stop, please cross the rods.
If we don't get any clear indication, I am going to stop at Jacob Brown just because I can read that one.
Well, and so I think it's where it's pointing.
So this looks like this may be a lot of the Brown family. Here's Ophelia, wife of Moses Brown, born in 1819, died in 1893. Get a look of focus to not.
There's someone here who wants to communicate. Can you make the rods point straight again, please? If this is where I'm meant to stop, can you make the rods cross, please? If you want me to continue moving, Can you point in the direction that you want me to keep going?
There will be a stone just to your right.
I see that. If there's someone here who wants to communicate, can you make the rods point straight again, please? If this is where you wanted me to stop, can you make the rods cross? If this is where you want me to stop, can you please make the rods cross? If you want me to keep walking, can you please point in the direction that you want me to walk? Let's go back to your call. If you want me to keep walking, can you please point in the direction you want me to walk? Are you sure? Because you were pointing like right at those tombstones to my left before.
With the spirits leading us around and no clear indication that they wish to communicate, we ended up leaving the Flatrock Cemetery to leave the spirits at peace. But I was able to find some information out about Jacob Brown, whose tombstone we had stopped at. So on it, I see that he was a Continental Line Revolutionary War soldier. Jacob Brown was born January 14, 1755. On November 11, 1776, he was married to his wife Mary. The battle that he most likely was in the Civil War was the battle for Guilford Courthouse in North Carolina. During that battle, several Quakers took up arms with the North Carolina militia under the command of Nathaniel Greene against British General Charles Cornwallis. Cornwallis would win that battle, but suffered heavy losses, and afterwards decided to turn his attention from North Carolina to Virginia, where he would eventually lose the battle and America would gain their independence. Jacob Brown, for his part in participating in that, was condemned by the Quaker community for taking up arms and participating in a warlike manner. 2 friends were assigned to talk to him and see if he would change his mind, and he did not. So Jacob Brown very proudly participated in the American Revolution. He would end up moving around to several different states before settling in Indiana, where we found his tombstone at the Flatrock Cemetery.